What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another live stream. Excited to be back, exceptionally on Saturday. Typically, you guys know my live stream schedule is literally during weekdays, and I'm not used to stream on weekends, but you know, it's literally when I have the most of my time. So I decided to come back today on Saturday, a little bit earlier than usual, so we can have a little bit more time as well for me. How everyone is doing today? Shaking Coffee, how you doing? Edikan, how you doing? Duscano, how you doing? Nice to see you. F. Barrento, of course. Herdy, nice to meet you, dude. You are kind of new in the live stream, I think, right? But anyways, nice to see you, dude. How everyone is doing on YouTube as well. Happy to be back. And today we are literally doing some vibe coding again. Because I want to finish the application we get started literally yesterday. So I want to work on that, some more vibe coding, and you know, I'm excited about that. What's up, Asif? How you doing? Playtop, how you doing? Nice to see you. Bart is saying the following: I have started with Ollama in 24 gigabytes GPU. Yeah, Ollama is awesome, especially because you can literally work locally with some of these models who are very powerful. You know, I think Google Gemini is a very nice surprise. I don't think it will run with 24 gigabytes of RAM, but you know, Ollama is a great piece of software. Luis is saying, what's up, Nuno? Early Saturday. That's right, man. That's right. Mark, hey man, nice to see you again. Thank you for the comment today on YouTube. Hindy's saying the following: I see you more the last day than I see my wife. Oh my god, man. Amazing Saturday so far. I went to the gym already, you know, working out a little bit, but I'm happy to be here now streaming with you all. Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah, basically, today I have published already a YouTube video. So I don't know if you noticed, we have now this... Yeah, I published this video about strict models, kind of combining a little bit what we talked about yesterday. How important it is to have this property reads on top of every single model, how much type safety they bring, but also, you know, ensure consistency in your code base. So that's important. Oh my god, happy to see everyone. Let's get started on this. All right, let's recap a little bit everything we have made so far, okay? So for those who don't know, we are developing our own AI coach, okay? So yesterday, we actually made a huge progress, just vibe coding, literally using Windsurf for generating a bunch of code, then curating all of the code using PHP Storm, and finally shipping this into Laravel Cloud. It is literally shipped to Laravel Cloud already. And you know, I click on the dashboard, for example, I can go already to my chat and interact with my AI coach. Now, all of these messages, they are literally hard-coded at the moment. So we are not actually interacting with the AI at the moment. So that's what we are doing today. Okay, we are literally focusing ourselves not only on the front end, written with TypeScript in React, but also on the style of the app and some of the main core features. Let me show you though what we have done yesterday. So we started the live stream yesterday by configuring all the migrations we need, and we decided that for something like this, we need a chat session, okay, which is obviously attached to a specific user, and then you may have multiple messages that they may came from the AI or from the user itself. That's why we have a role. The chat session ID is obviously connected to each one of the messages, and we have the content of the messages, okay? Obviously, we have one model for one of these tables, so everything is fully typed, fully strict in the way that we love. Now, migrations models, factories, of course, with a bunch of testing, and finally we have our actions, which is the place where we effectively interact with our domain layer. So if I click, for example, on create a chat session, I have this transaction that will create a new session and kind of put the default message inside. So here we need to basically configure a system prompt for the agent. Here is basically the way I was thinking, that we should basically tell the AI that you are a gym coach, you know, ask for the basic information of your customer before giving him any tip regarding AI, regarding the gym. And, just try to end the session with some plan and make sure you follow up with the user afterwards. So this is basically, every time someone creates a new session with the AI agent. And finally, I also have this action with a name, create chat message action, which basically allows me to create a user message on my backend. And obviously, I will generate an AI response afterwards using my AI tool. Now, we have done this, but effectively, if I click on this generate AI response, if I'm not mistaken, here we go. We are basically hard coding a bunch of the messages we are returning back to the user. And that's why if you go, for example, here, you see like this messages coming from the backend. But all of this is basically hard coded. So I want to actually implement some AI system here, okay? Easy Nix, first time chat. How you doing, dude? My name is Nuno Maduro, PHP and Laravel developer, and today we are developing my own personal coach using Laravel, React, TypeScript, and more. I'm using SSR, I think. At least that's the plan. Oh, Bruno, nice to see you, dude. How you doing? But yeah, that's the goal today, chat. That's the goal. By the way, how was everyone's week? Did you guys have a good week? Are you guys having a good weekend so far? Do you usually dedicate any of your time during the weekend to code? That's a great question. Freedy, how you doing? Nice to see you, man. Oh, you love Pest PHP? That's awesome, man. Ivan is saying, Nuno, I've watched a bunch of your recording live streams already, but this is the first time I catch you live. That's awesome, man. That's why I'm also, streaming a little bit early today, because I know that a lot of people actually don't manage to join me during the weekdays, because I stream late. I basically stream at 9 p.m. So, oh, you love Past PHP? Thank you, dude. Appreciate your feedback. What's up, CVT Mal? Nice to see you, man. Evo, great content. Thank you. Tech with Gmail. Hi, everyone. What's up, dude? And Puyapal, the YouTube superstar. How you doing, man? Nice to see you. All right, chat. It's time to get started, okay? I want to start a live stream today with some adjustments on the code we had before, okay? So let's jump back into our project and actually see how we are regarding testing, okay? So I'm gonna go to my console because I do remember that we didn't end up testing any of the controllers we had yesterday. So I want to start by moving this to root level, okay? We didn't have this, so I'm gonna remove this folder. We don't need this. And I'm gonna keep auth and settings on their own folders because it's what it comes with the starter kit. And I wanna also refactor that. So to kind of remind myself about that, I'm gonna keep them in their own folder. Same goes with responses, requests. I'm gonna move this to root level and remove this chat folder. I think coding-wise, I'm very happy about the current state of the form requests in the current state of the controller already. We are using the actions pattern, of course, but this stuff needs to be tested. That's important. You know what I mean? Hey, Game Ranger, nice to see you, man. Yeah, so today we are literally streaming in a schedule that should be okay for India people. Do we have anyone from India in the chat? Let me know. Only Puyapal? Come on, man. Here we go. Ishman, how you doing? Here we are, a few folks from India. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Thank you so much for joining today. And that was kind of one of my goals, is stream a little bit early so people can join from other countries. So happy that you guys are here today with me. Love you all so much. I have a bunch of fun on India last time. But on Laravel Cloud, I don't know, man. I literally shipped this project on Laravel Cloud today, as you can see. Serverless Postgres already, in case we decided to use vectors, which is important. And, this is shipped and running on Laravel Cloud. You can effectively go there already. not-coach.laravel.cloud. Just don't do anything yet, because it's not literally ready, okay? So, let's run the test suite to see how we are. Ah, I see. We have a few folks from India. That's awesome. What's up, Tiago? Nice to see you. Is it easy to scale with Laravel Cloud? Dude, that's the easiest thing on the planet, is literally scale with Laravel Cloud. I feel like Laravel Cloud is literally the best platform, not only for indie hackers, but also for people who plan to, have their application ready to go viral, which is pretty cool. Okay, so I run the test suite, and apparently sometimes I'm getting the first session, and it may not actually be there. This is literally impossible thanks to our domain logic. So what I will do here is do the following. I'm going to create the user. This is failing on each test, 21. Okay, cool. Wait, what? 55 actually. Oh, okay, that will be that test. We don't need this, we don't need this, we don't need this, we don't need this. Yeah, we don't need this test actually. This will never happen. Oh, Puyapal just finished his live? That's cool, man. Hey, what's up, Ducatan? Nice to see you. Why only testing type coverage? I'm testing the entire thing. However, type coverage is the first one failing, so that's why the test suite just stops there. I like to have tools that just stop on first failure, and when I run composer test, that's exactly what's happening. You know what I mean? So right now, for example, I run composer test, type coverage was okay, pint was okay, pack was okay, but coverage is not okay. So I have a bunch of code not tested. And controllers are not tested. That was intentionally, actually, because we didn't have inertia views when we added our controller. So I'm going to use vibe coding for that. I'm going to go here and just tell the AI to do something like this. Now that we have inertia views, can you add the tests to my controllers? Place them at tests HTTP folder and run coverage to see if all necessary tests are in place. We have pass dash dash type coverage and we have pass dash dash coverage. They are different. Type coverage checks the types, coverage checks if the code is actually covered. You know what I mean? Emed from Maldives. That's awesome, man. Welcome to the live stream. Nice to see you. So this is a new session for the vibe coding tool Windsurf, and what's happening is that it's kind of capturing the context of the current code. Keep in mind that the previous live stream, we literally created this .windsurf rules, which contains pretty much all of the rules I want the AI to follow regarding my code. And this is very important. When we first tried vibe coding, it was, it was already mind-blowing, but it was coding it in the way that I don't personally like. So I have created this .windsurf rules, which apparently can also be used for something like .cursor, and it will instruct your vibe coding tool on the style you like to have your apps, including directory conventions, actions, for example, avoid fillables, omit it down in new migrations, and run tests once you write new code. Moacef from Morocco and web design from Romania. Welcome to the live stream. So now he's pretty much running the entire test suite with composer tests to see if his changes are actually okay. Yes, I typically use dash fail with Pest. So as you can see, my vibe coding tool is pretty much trying to get my test suite passing. So I'm going to tell him to continue. So I have this configuration which literally stops the cascading of vibe coding when he's doing too much already. So now he's pretty much adjusting things in the way they should. Let me just adjust something before. Let me go here into my queries folder, get latest session. I'm going to instruct PHP stand that actually getting an empty session is something that never happens. So I'm going to type here shut session. This is important to keep in mind because, as you guys remember from yesterday, every time a user comes to the website, it will have a default session already. I want to make sure of that. A little bit like ChatGPT, when you open the app, you have pretty much a session open by default. So that's the goal as well. I'm going to always have a session open for the user. So I'm going to just instruct PHP stand of that, and hopefully PHP stand is happy about this. Let me double check. This would be, I'm going to run the entire PHP stand test suite though. Build does work with parallel as well. Okay, it's complaining but about other stuff, and that's okay. I can also fix this real quick so I don't have the AI struggling. I'm going to type user equals to request user and give this proper PHP annotation so PHP stand is happy about this. Okay. Here we go. Here we go, PHP stand happy. Ooh, almost. Line 27 now. It's saying the following. The handle method expects a string, but a mix was given. Oh yeah, I can make this a little bit better. Here I'm going to type string content, and I'm going to type here value to get the proper native string from Laravel. This is pretty cool. I don't know if you guys know, the request class in Laravel pretty much have these helpers to make PHP stand happy, which is pretty cool. Okay, let's ask now to the AI tool to continue. Continue. Here we go. Hey, what's up, dude? How you doing? Welcome to the live stream. In case you don't know me, my name is Nuno Maduro, PHP and Laravel developer, coding my own gym coach agent at the moment, which is pretty cool. Using Laravel, React, TypeScript, and all the things we love. Ivo is saying, I think vibe coding sounds cool, but it looks that it might bring negative effects. What do you think about that? This is here to help us. As long as I know what I'm doing, I think it's fine, It's like a sharp knife, basically. You can shoot yourself in the foot, but if you know what you're doing, I think we're chilling, okay? Oh, this is pretty cool. You see, he ran composer tests, styling was failing, and now is fixing the issues running composer lint. So cool. And now is come back to running the entire test suite. Aries, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream, man. Nice to see you. Yeah, we can make a segment about the string method, actually. Let me do that. Let's go here. Let's do something like content, for example. I think PHP stand will complain about this, and we can teach people about, using the string helper. Yeah, let's do that. Ooh, is this like PHP Storm? This is pretty cool. Nice. While coding my latest application, I noticed something about the request class from Laravel that I think not a lot of people know about. So if I run PHP on this project right now, you can see that PHP is complaining that the create chat message action handle method expects a string, but mix was given. So if I click on the handle method of this action, I do indeed accept a content string. However, my request content property is literally mixed. Okay, this typically happens because effectively PHP Stand doesn't know the type of this content, and neither Laravel does as well. So I'm going to tell you a tip which you can literally instruct PHP Stand about the given type without any PHP annotations. Just watch this out. So basically, every time you are interacting with the request class from Laravel, you can call these helper methods that Laravel provides for you. This one is called string, and it literally says whatever is within content converts that to a string. Okay, and now if I do this, I will get a stringable object from Laravel, and I can call the value to properly cast that to a string native type in PHP. So if I run PHP Stand now, you'll see that PHP Stand will be very happy about my code. And I'm running PHP Stand at level max. So we are literally writing type safe code. Now, the request class doesn't only have this string method, actually in fact have a bunch of them. So if I click here, for example, you can see that I have, for example, integer, where you can provide obviously something like age and get the value as well. This will basically return you back a proper int native type of PHP. There is many others. You can literally, for example, convert an array, for example, of tags into a specific collection, which is pretty cool. Now, all of this is provided by default on Laravel, and the only thing you have to do is, instead of accessing directly the property just like this, just be sure to cast that to an integer, so PHP Stand is super happy about the return type. Here we go, chat. That was a nice segment for YouTube. What do you guys think? 100%. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think I am at level max at the moment. I think if I use just string here, this will be a stringable. Let me see. Maybe Evo is right. Let me see. Oh, it's not right. Here we go. This is stringable, So I do need to convert this to a value. What is the point of using validate then? Well, if you don't cast this to string right here, better. If you are trying to cast this without proper validation, you might get not only incorrect types. Let me add that to the segment actually. Now, a question that you may have is, if we are casting the given key to string, what is even the goal of something like validation? Well, first of all, you cannot try to cast something to string without validating that the given key is in fact a string. So if I click, for example, on create chat message request, the first thing I'm doing is, first of all, ensure that the key is indeed there. Then I'm also checking that the key is a string. And finally, I'm checking as well if the key have at least anything that makes sense. For example, something in between of for example, something in between 2 and 100 and 1000. So once I'm sure about not only the type, but also the minimum and the max value of the value, I can safely cast that to a string using the string method. And finally, because this is returning a stringable, I can cast that as well to a native type in PHP, the string type, and make this way my PHP Stand happy. Here we go, chat. That was a good one. Hope that was clear, Chipsky. Luisa, why were you saying that the bail doesn't work in parallel? Because it does work, you know what I mean? It does work, the bail. Oh, great question from Luis. How would you handle something like an array? We can make a segment about that as well. Now, something that I do as well is give the proper array shape once I validate the array, okay? It's not actually the case here on my create chat request, but sometimes you may actually accept an array of values, for example. So once I once I actually validate that array content, something I do is that I go back to my controller, and I typically like to do something like this. I get, for example, the array of string tags, and I type something like request array, and I provide tags. At this point, PHP at least knows that this is literally an array. However, PHP doesn't know enough about the array, especially the content of the array. So what I can do here is type something like this. I'm going to have an array where the key is an integer, but also the value is a string. In this way, I'm literally telling PHP how exactly my array will look like. And when I provide this to an action, which will be fully typed already, including with PHP and array shapes, PHP will be happy about this as well. Here we go, chat. You're welcome, you're welcome. Why not to string? I don't know, man. Value seems shorter, basically. I could use that, indeed. Okay, PHP did you made your job already? Oof, I think you did crap, because I'm also already seeing like underscores, so I hope you didn't create literally PHP unit tests. Let's see. Okay, this is cool. This is at unit level, this is okay. How about this one? Ugh! Of course you did crap. I'm gonna move this to the HTTP folder. Actually, let's run Drift on this, just faster. So in case you don't know, you can literally migrate a full test suite written in PHP unit to Pest using Drift, okay? So I'm gonna type here, composer required Pest PHP Pest plugin Drift --dev, and this will effectively just install this tool I have created and will hopefully migrate my test suite to Pest PHP. Here we go. Do we still have a happy test suite? We do, that's nice. So now, yeah, this is full migrated to Pest PHP. Here we go. I would do this much differently though. Okay, let's read this real quick. Stores a create new chat message. I create the user, I create the session, acting as that user from chat index, from route chat index. I post a new message and I assert redirected to route chat index. And once this is done, I expect what do I expect actually? Well, I expect the chat session messages count to be 1, and then let me grab the message real quick and just type something like the role to be user, the content to be test message. Okay, I like pretty much, I try to avoid the assert database has and assert database count, and I like to use my models directly. I think it's a good opportunity to test all my relations and to test a little bit, you know, some of the content as well, the content, how it's being casted and more, you know what I mean? What's up, Mateus? Welcome to the live stream. Nice to see you, man. Why I declare var? That's a good segment as well we can add. I love when you guys make questions, dude, because, you know, that's the reality. People do have questions, you know, so I love that. Let's go there real quick. Now, a question that you may have while watching this video is why in the world I have this PHP annotation on top of request user? Well, there is a reason for this. It's not out of nowhere. Basically, every time I'm calling something like request user, Laravel doesn't know if I have ran this through the auth method or not, through the auth middleware. Therefore, the return type is effectively something like, oops, let me go there. Therefore, the return type from user will be either user or null. So what I'm doing is literally telling PHP stand that you can trust me and you can trust my word, and the return type from this method will always be a user type. And this happens because I effectively have the middleware auth under my chat routing. As you can see here, I have middleware auth, which will ensure that every single time I'm calling this user, the return type will always be effectively a user model. So from this point, PHP stand will trust me and assume that this will always be a user. And for example, if I call this query get, PHP stand that knows that the given type is effectively a user. Okay. Thank you for making that question. I appreciate that. I try to avoid global helpers. For some reason, I like to literally just either use, you know, if I can literally inject the request here and I have to use it already because of form validation. I don't see a reason why I would use something else here. It just makes sense, you know what I mean? Oh shit, Ducatan is making a great question. You, in your test suite, you will be running this through the real AI. So yeah, we need to basically find a way of not actually making queries to OpenAI. By the way, my planchette is literally using OpenAI today, so I have created one secret API key. I have this tab open just in case I leak the key and I need to remove the key from this UI, but I have created an API key that we are going to use today to literally interact with my chat, okay? What is vibe coding? Vibe coding is this new concept where you just basically interact with the prompt to have AI writing the code for you, basically. That's it. You want to see some keys? No, dude, that's not happening. Yeah, I'm gonna publish this repo on GitHub. Everything will be open in open source as usual, dude. Everything I do is open source, man. By the way, if you like my content, if you like my open source projects, Past, Pint, Pack, everything I have made so far, you can support my work literally by becoming a Twitch subscriber or a YouTube member. Or if you have a company with a bunch of money, you can literally also sponsor me here on my live stream. Do I have this? I don't. Wait a second. Wait a second. I don't have a Twitch command for this. Oh? Oh? Oh, maybe it's sponsor, perhaps? Let me see. Interesting. Give me a second, chat. I thought I had one. Oh, now I can't remember what I'm using for this. Is Nightbot? I cannot remember. Let's see. Oh my god. Oof, is Nightbot, yeah. So, oh, it's called it exclamation point support. Here we go. And you guys can literally see how can you support my work, which is pretty easy, okay? Anyways, do we have our test suite migrated? I think we do, right? So chat message controller test. Oh, we were working on it. So this seems cool and pretty and everything. What else? Test store validates message content. Yeah, this is a good one. If I provide an empty thing, I will have errors on the content, and I will still have nothing on my database. So I'm going to type here chat message count to be 0. Perfect. Storing requires an existing chat session. This will never happen, by the way. So, and unauthenticated users cannot create messages. Looks okay. There we go. Let's run the test suite and see how it goes. So parallel/bail, because you guys were saying that bail doesn't work in parallel, and as you can see, it does. So basically, because you may have other workers running other tests, it will stop when it can, basically. That's why probably you were saying that bail doesn't work. It does work, but it will stop only when it can, basically. You know what I mean? Hey, what's up, Jen? Nice to see you. I'm not using Cursor, I'm using Windsurf. The audio is a little bit lower today. How is the sound today, chat? Is the sound okay? Let me know on the chat, how is the music plus my voice today? I can make my microphone a little bit higher if... A bit quiet? Seriously? I cannot make this... Oh, I can actually. Here we go. Here we go. How about now? I don't want to capture too much from the room though. How is now, by the way? Is it good now? Oh, now it's much better? Okay, cool. I can make it even more louder if you guys want. But, you know, you guys know I'm adjusting my microphone situation here, and I have removed some filters from Streamlabs as well. You guys let me know. Oh, you can hear the music at all? Let me fix that. How is the music now? Is the music okay? Thank you, thank you. Matheus is saying, I'm trying to aim for 6 decibels peaks. I have no idea what you're talking about, dude. Really good now. Okay, perfect, perfect. Let's keep going. Okay, store creates new message. Fail it to assert that 2 is identical to 1. So when I'm here... Oh, because we have the system message. By the way, did we actually move this PHP unit to memory? We did. Okay, this is good. So I have a session, and I expect that session to have 1 message. Wait, what? It's telling me that we have more than 1 message, actually. So I'm going to type the following. I'm going to type, give me all messages, and let's DD them all. Okay. So I can test this with the best debugger in the world, DD. You guys know which is the best one, the best debugger in the planet. Oh, of course, because when we post a new message, at that moment, we actually also query the AI to give me back the response. That's why instead of having one message on the back end, I have two. So this makes a bunch of sense. Here we go. Test suite happy. Happy test suite. Happy wife. There we go. Let's run here composer test and see how it goes. I'm not using mutation testing here. What is DD? Ho ho ho! Yeah, so you know what is DD, right? Mike, let me know if you know what is DD, by the way. If you don't know what is DD, I can explain what is DD, okay? Cool, we have a very happy test suite and we have 100% code coverage, which is important. So if I run, past -- coverage, you guys will see that we have at the moment 100%, which is pretty cool, okay? Here we go, 100% code coverage, like a boss today, which is cool. All right, moving on, let's push this. And hopefully we didn't change any code, but you guys know that with, wait a second, did I test something which is, yeah, I test the reroute, which is cool. Yeah, I literally forgot about this one. Let's change this. So from route get as well the index component is this one, and it has a session, which is okay. I expect this is actually a good test because the index will always create a chat session if none exists, which is very important. So this is actually a very good test, by the way, okay, chat? So if I type now query count, I expect to have one. And most importantly, previously I had 0, okay? Sometimes people tell you that you are not allowed to do expectations before the acting. I don't agree with that, okay? If you can actually run expectations before the acting in your test, okay? It reuses the existing session if exists already. So here, for example, I expect the count to be 1, but I'm gonna go to the home page, and now I still expect the count to be 1. So I'm literally cleaning what AI have done for me, okay? This is a very important thing, chat, which is, people tell you that vibe coding, the AI will do everything properly for you. That's not happening, That's not happening anytime soon. By the way, chat, I also expect to have the default message. So I'm going to type here hand chat message, or even better, oof. Here we go, much better. This is exactly what I want. Reuses existing session. Cool. Stores creates new chat session. Yeah, do I want to create a new chat session? Yes, I do. We don't need this. I'm happy that my AI is literally testing unauthoritated requests. So if I try to access the chat session without without a session, it will be redirected to the login. It's actually pretty cool. DD is the greatest method in the universe. That's right. When use Dusk, I'm not using Dusk today, I think. By the way, I'm literally developing my own browser testing tool, because I think that Dusk is just a little bit outdated at the moment. Simon is asking if it's cleaner to write to model get attribute. What do you mean exactly? Yeah, Past PHP Storm have a plugin for Past PHP, by the way, in case you don't know. I think it comes by default at this point, but you might want to check that. Okay, we have one failing test. So here, it reuses the existing session if exists. Okay. Here I'm gonna type chat message, which is chat message factory for the chat session. There we go. Okay, we're good to go, I think. It's pre-installed now, Roberto. Hey, welcome to the live stream as well, dude. I don't use the get attribute. I think that would be too much. By the way, I talked yesterday that I pretty much like to have these PHP annotations on top of my models. So that question wouldn't even be wouldn't even make sense, because if I do something like you know, for example, this, I actually have very good auto-completion, as you can see. Or I should have, at least. I think it's now being fucked up because of the fact that I'm writing in here. Let me go here into... Here we go, you see? User ID is an integer, but if I do something like updated it will be carbon immutable. So I have very good auto-completion thanks to those PHP annotations. Alright, chat, let's add this and type something like commit-m with the message chat, or just basically tests chat controllers. Okay, and let's start working a little bit on the AI stuff. Okay, so we talked like that everything here is literally faked, so I want to use a real AI tool behind the scenes to generate some of these responses. Okay, I use GitHub Copilot, yes. EasyNix, can you elaborate on your question? What do you mean tests with third-party packages with 100% coverage? Can you elaborate a little bit? All right, here we go, chat. Let's go here to the actions, and let's go directly, instruct directly to the action, which is here, okay? So we create a system prompt, which is literally telling my AI agent, what do we need, right? So we have that to do, literally here telling something like, you are a gym coach or whatever, okay? So I have that to do, literally instruct my AI agent. However, we cannot test this without actually having AI implemented. So I guess I'm gonna start by that. I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna click on generate AI response, go all the way down, and literally replace this with some AI tooling. I want to use my package, the one I have done. So I have done this package called OpenAI PHP. Here we go. By the way, chat, if you don't know, this package is literally the most popular OpenAI package at the moment. I have done this literally a couple months ago. Oh, 3 years ago. Jesus Christ. Time flies. Never mind. Probably one of the most popular. Yeah, 10 literally million downloads, which is pretty cool. And I have literally all the OpenAI API available for me, including, you know, chatting or sending audios, sending images. So I'm going to reuse this. Okay. Wait, what? You are the best Asian streamer? I'm not even Asian, dude. Thank you, though. Appreciate that. I have created my own helper PHP file, but haven't done yet for this project, though. Okay, let's follow the documentation I have done a couple years ago and move forward with that. So composer require OpenAI-PHP client. Here we go. Let's install Guzzle as well at the same time. This doesn't support cloud. This is literally OpenAI. Okay. What else? So I'm gonna copy this entire deal. So we just have to use it instead of hard coding this stuff. So if I remember correctly, we need to return back a string. Here we go. So we have literally all of the messages here. So we can use this just like that. And we need to send these messages to my client. So I'm gonna just literally copy paste this and return the content response. It's very easy to actually use this client. Is this the latest model? They don't have like something like 4.0 or whatever. I think they do, right? Let me know in the chat if they do have something here which is a little bit different. I think they have GPT-4.0, right? Something like this. I guess we are going to find out real soon. It's 4.0, right? Interesting. Okay. So for the API key, I'm gonna use this config services. In case you don't know, Laravel have this services.php file which you can use for specifying external services. So I have already configured my OpenAI key globally, so we can literally use that. Okay. So we have the key available already, and I have this under my configuration. Something I can do is fetch that key here. So I'm going to type API key equals to config string OpenAI API key. I'm going to actually make a segment to this so we can, you know, add this to the other request class helper video. Here we go. So let's do the following. And by the way, the request class from Laravel is not the only one with this kind of helpers. So for example, the config class also allows you to basically fetch type safe properties from your configuration file. Let me show you an example. So here, for example, if I run PHP stan will not know what exactly is API key, and it will tell you probably that this is a mixed type, and pretty much you will be forced to kind of cast this somehow to make PHP stan happy. So what you can do is, instead of doing something like this, you can say something like this: give me the config and cast whatever is within OpenAI API key to string. And effectively what you have now is a stringable from Laravel. So I think you can literally just, oh, this is like already the string. Okay, never mind. You can do something like this, which is called a string method, provide OpenAI dot API key, and Laravel behind the scenes will cast to string whatever is within this configuration option, which is pretty cool. Here we go, chat. This is a good one, I think. This is services, though, I think. Here we go. Okay, we have the API key. Let's feed the API key to OpenAI. Let's import this client. Here we go. And we have the client. Let's open a new chat session and create that with ChatGPT 4.0. And the messages are going to be the ones right there. And finally, we grab the result and we put the result back to the action, which will create a new message with a role assistant, which is exactly what we want. The last piece of the puzzle is literally the system prompt. So before actually seeing that this is even working, we need to do the system prompt, which is what the role system is about. So we have 3 roles always. One is system, which is literally the first message we send to the assistant, which is the AI tool. And then we have the user, which is a message that the user have interacted with the agent. Now, I think this is actually working now. So if I go here into this thing, let's run PHP Artisan Migrate real quick. Fresh. Here we go. We may have to connect ourselves again. Chat, I'm gonna say hello. Ooh. Services, OpenAI.open API key must be string null given. Okay. Did I make a mistake? Probably. Oh, it's just key, not API key. All right. How about now? Hello. There we go. How can you assist me today? You tell me. Okay, here we go. So obviously, this is not yet a coach, basically, or a gym coach. It's still like very generic, just like ChatGPT is. So he doesn't know like anything. So here, for example, is telling me that he can give me career advices, he can give me, problem-solving options, or even entertaining. So he doesn't have like a context. So that's why the system prompt is so important. Yeah, config string is very powerful. What do you mean run labs and code at the same time? Can you elaborate? By the way, Chad, I'm so happy. Like today, I literally went to the gym, worked out 2 hours, and came back to home, have an insane healthy food, and now I'm live streaming. And honestly, I had a full week like this, just literally working out pretty much every single day and having healthy food literally all the time. Feels so good, man. Oh, thank you, thank you. All right, let's prompt the assistant. Let's go here and go to create chat message action. And let's do actually the secret sauce. So this is the secret sauce, by the way. This is the system prompt, literally telling what the assistant is. Okay, so we need to literally come up with a good system prompt. I have zero experience about making this very efficient. So if you guys have ideas about what we can do, let me know. But I was thinking about something like this. You are a gym coach and nutritionist. The user is a new client coming to your gym for the first time. They are looking to lose weight and build muscle. Oh, no, not actually, not yet. They are looking to something, right? I don't even know. What's up, Puya Paul? Nice to see you again. Ask AI for the prompt. I mean, let me do that actually. 1 second. I'm gonna screenshot this, send this to AI and see what is the answer from AI. Give me a very accurate system prompt for this assistant. Please make sure the AI asks for all details like age, days available for the gym, etc. Okay, so the AI give me back this. I don't know what you guys think. So you are a certified gym coach and nutritionist. A new client is coming to your gym for the first time. Your job is gather all the relevant information and then recommend a personalized workout and nutrition plan. Start by asking the user the following: age, gender, height and width, fitness goals, fat loss or muscle gain, etc., any medical conditions or injuries, experience level with the gym, beginner, intermediate or advanced, days per week they are available to train, preferred training times, morning, afternoon or evening, dietary restrictions or current eating habits. Be friendly, professional, in detail. Only once all answers are collected, explain the recommended workout split, types of exercises, and the simple meal plan. Make sure that everything aligns with the user's schedule, goals, and health conditions. What do you guys think about this? Looks good? Looks good? Thank you, thank you. Hey, Brian, nice to see you, man. How you doing? All right, chat. We have literally this in place. Is this even working? Let's see. Oof. So, obviously this UI needs to be improved, right? But I'm gonna arrive to the gym right now. I'm gonna arrive to the gym, I'm gonna say, hello. Hello there, welcome to the gym. I'm here to help you create a personalized workout and nutrition plan. Let's start by getting to know a little bit better. Can you please tell me your age? Yes, I'm 34. Great, can you share your gender? Yes, I'm a man. Thanks for that. Can you tell me your weight in... Oof, I don't even know. Maybe something like this? And now I'm 85. Thank you. What are your primary fitness goals? Are you aiming for fat loss, muscle gain, endurance, blah, blah, blah? Well, I'm actually going for this too. Fat loss and muscle gain. Do you have any medical conditions that we should be aware? Not really. All good. This is so cool. Tell the prompt that it's actually called not gym. Why would I do that though? Ah, thank you, thank you. Great to hear what experience with the gym. I am mid-level experience, I would say. Yeah, intermediary, I guess. Well, I mean, I don't know. Intermediary, yeah, I think it's a good one. Thank you for sharing that. How many days a week you are available for train? 6 or let's put 5. That's fantastic. Training 5 days a week offers a lot of opportunities to make progress. Do you have preference training times? Morning, afternoon, or evening? Afternoon, around 3 p.m. Nope. This is so cool. Like, literally. This is so cool. My current eat habits? Well, I'm gonna pretend that I'm not, like, literally eating good food at the moment. I'm gonna type something like this. I don't have any diet. Sometimes I eat very bad. like burgers and pizza. And I don't really drink water. I love chocolate. It's getting slower, I think. Oh, not really. It's just that. Ah, this is really cool. Thank you for being honest. I love this. That's really important for creating an effective plan. Let's work out together to incorporate some healthy choices, and occasionally include chocolate. I love it. Oof, we're going to have a problem though, right? Like here, for example, I'm recommending bench press. People who are coming to the gym, they have literally no idea what a bench press is about. Or even tricep dips, for example. Like, most people know what is a squat or a deadlift, I think. But leg press might be difficult to understand what it is. It's missing the minutes, the reps, kind of everything here. But not bad. Hey, what is this? Nutrition plan. 3 balanced meals and 2 healthy snacks. The meals should focus on chicken, fish, and legumes. Brown rice. Nice. Snacks should be nuts, fruits, or yogurt instead of processed foods. Oh, I like that we are saying literally 8 to 10 glasses of water a day, which is pretty cool. Chocolate. Allow yourself to have a small treat of chocolate a couple times a week to help with cravings without... so good. Yeah, we may have to provide images, that's for sure. Add the parse down, markdown thing. Yeah, we have to do that. Oh, great one. Let me say something like, oops, actually forgot to tell you that I have a knee injury that I am still recover. I'm wondering if we will basically bail out, like just like ChatGPT would do. Thanks for letting me know that we have your knee injury. So blah, 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 blah. Let's modify the plan workout. So here day one, he put it like upper body and core. So this probably will be only like, upper body training and in the core belly thing. Gentle lower body and core. Okay, leg press with light and carefully, ensuring no discomfort. I love this. Arm bike, awesome. And gentle session of like yoga and everything. It's so cool. Omega-3 rich foods like salmon. I love this. Yeah, there is still work to do, of course, to kind of make this a little bit better. But I think it does the job for now. And if I refresh, yeah, I get to the end of this. Okay, which is cool. Now the AI must show a picture of Nuno after 10 years of eating burger and chocolate. Okay, Shad, let's make this beautiful though, okay? Currently it's not actually beautiful. I also want to... do I want to ship this already? I don't know. Yeah, let's work a little bit on the design. I need to add tests into this as well. I need to make sure I don't actually interact with the AI. So let's do the following. Let's go here into my OpenAI client and let's see what we do have here for testing. Okay, I can literally fake the client this way. Okay, cool. All right, cool. Let's go here to my app service provider, and I'm going to do the following. I'm going to type something like... I'm going to type here AI service provider. I'm going to make this declare strict types on top, namespace app providers. Final class AI service provider, which extends the base one. Thank you. And let's create basically the following. This register. Do I have a client interface for this? I hope I do. Oh, of course I don't. Jesus Christ. Okay, I have an idea. Yeah, okay. Client from... Oh, I do have a client contract. Wait, what? Never mind. So client contract, this will be basically a new OpenAPI client. I'm going to actually develop my own contract, so we don't rely on this when I'm about to change this. That's a good idea. Let's create here... Yeah, let me just explain this to you. So what we are doing right now is the following. So if I go to my create chat message action, I do have this generate AI response, which is literally like, okay, the user just tell me this message. Can you now answer to the user and create a message on my system with that? And obviously, a problem that we have here is that we are instantiating the client directly on this action, and this is not mockable. Not only is not mockable, that I also don't have this behind an interface, so it will be kind of difficult to change this in the future if I have to. So what I will do is create the contract where I'm going to have this OpenAPI inside, so to mock will be a little bit more easier and things will just work as expected, hopefully. So let's go here to my app folder and I'm going to create this contracts folder, okay? In here I'm going to have this AI client contract. This will be under services, by the way, okay? So contracts, services, AI, and I'm going to have here an OpenAI, no, an AI contract real quick, okay? This probably will be, yeah, just AI contract. That's it. Namespace, app contract services. This will be interface AI. And I'm going to have a public function with a name, chat, where I'm going to provide an array of messages and get back a response. This is perfect. Exactly. The array will be a little bit different. We'll have a shape, and that shape will be an integer and an array where the role will be a string and the content will be equally a string. This is beautiful, okay? This is exactly what I want. Can you learn something? Of course, dude. Welcome to the live stream. I don't think it uses the Laravel HTTP client. Even if it does, I really want to abstract this thing away a little bit. So it's very likely that we are going to end up not using OpenAI. I'm using OpenAI just because it's easy. And once I do that change, I want to be, I want to have this ready to swap. And I want that to be easy, That's right. Yeah, exactly. Hey, what's up, Hattie? Nice to see you, man. Yeah, I never call external APIs in my test suite, okay? That's why I'm literally doing all of this as well. All right, so we have this contract, and now what we can do is the following. We can go here into my service folder, and I can have my own AI folder. I'm going to remove this, and I'm going to have literally my own implementation of this AI. I'm going to call this OpenAI. Now, this implementation will be easy. We'll obviously, respect the contract, that's for sure. And then will be final class OpenAI implements AI, which is pretty cool. Now, on the constructor, we are going to have the following. We are going to have the real client from OpenAI, just like that. There we go. Simple, easy peasy. And finally, just below, we are going to have the real concrete implementation of the chat, which is literally interact with the OpenAI tool. Will be actually exactly like this. So this is beautiful, okay? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm gonna run Pint on this. Looking great. And I'm gonna go now to my app service provider. And I'm gonna go here. Actually not here, I'm gonna go to my providers folder. I have this AI service provider and I'm gonna tell the following. This register, here we go, the contract, just call it just AI. There we go. And when someone asks you for the AI, first of all, create the real client behind the scenes. So that would be OpenAI client. Oh, thank you. Jacogas, thank you so much for the subscription. Using Prime, I really appreciate your support, dude. Yeah, vibe coding could probably, make this happy, but probably will take me more time to explain this to AI than coding myself. So that's why I'm doing this, okay? So I'm gonna create the client and feed that to my app. Oh, we are using the same name, which kind of sucks a little bit. I'm gonna call this a little bit differently. I'm gonna alias this real quick. So that would be OpenAI. There we go. Okay, here we go. But however, if my app is running the test suite, here we go. I want to inject the fake one. I think we have a fake thing, right? Let's see. I think pretty much all of these clients I'm using, they have like a fake implementation. I think, I'm not sure though. I think I'm gonna mock the entire thing, that's it. Yeah, I'm gonna mock it. All right, this is looking good. Not this one. Here we go. All right, perfect. Perfect, chat. This is perfect. Ooh, we can make this better. There we go. Making PHP Stan happy. Here we go. Here we go. This is bind, of course. This can actually be a singleton, to be fair. Or a scoped singleton, just in case for Octane. Okay, chat. This is awesome. Yeah, it's fine. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, you know, I had projects where I was literally injecting the mock at this level, but I feel I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna do this on the past PHP file, because on past PHP file I can do something like this. I can go here, and before running anything, I can just literally do this. This swap the AI contract with something else. You know what I mean? I want to call this AI just like that. Yeah, it's a little bit more sexy. Okay, swap the AI with mockery mock AI class. Perfect. Okay, so if I am going to call this class at all on any place in my test suite, this will complain because I need to set expectations. So this is exactly what I want, okay? All right, good job, chat. So hopefully my test suite will now fail the hell out of it. Let's see. It's doing something, which is weird. Let me run just one test first. Yeah, this is looking good. Yeah, perfect. So if I go here, for example, to my... I have an idea, actually. Do I? Let me think. Yeah, I do have an idea. Let's go here into my generate AI response, because we literally forgot to do that. So click on actions, generate AI response. I do need to inject the client on top. So let's go here to my action, public function, constructor, inject my beautiful AI contract here on top. So private, AI, just like that. Thank you, thank you. Beautiful. Thank you, thank you. Run pint. Beautiful. And finally, all the way down, instead of doing something like this, I have my client ready. So hopefully, the only thing I have to do is this. Yep. And here I have the response already, so I can technically even return this back easy peasy, okay? Beautiful, chat. This is awesome. Do we have even something that works? Yes, we do. Oh yeah, baby. Now, something that is happening is that we are literally making queries to the chat service, but we forgot to set expectations. So this is actually exactly what we want. So on this chat message controller test, I'm gonna actually have to set expectations here about my AI contract. This is beautiful, exactly what I want. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is PHP Storm, by the way. It's a great question to make, by the way, okay? So I'm doing PHP professional development with Laravel, and PHP Storm is the best editor you can have for PHP development, okay? And I think a bunch of people will tell you that, which is PHP Storm is effectively today one of the best ones to develop, okay? Here we go. In case you want the link, here we go. And I even think you can use PHP Storm for free if you are doing open source work, okay? My PHP Storm theme, I can tell you. 1 second. Just 1 second. My PHP Storm theme is Cappuccine Mochiato or Macchiato, okay, this one. I will never know how to pronounce this, okay? You watching from the car? Dude, I hope you're not driving though. You're welcome. Thank you, thank you. All right, this is absolutely cool. So now we need to basically come to every single test we have and set expectations, right? So I'm gonna type something like the following. Give me back my AI contract. Okay, give me back my AI contract. Like this, and I'm gonna set the expectations on it. So this should receive chat. And by the way, is receiving chat because it's the first time we are interacting with a new session. So remember, every time you go to the website, a new session is created. So we need to literally feed the AI with content already. So should receive chat with, do I want to set the width? I'm gonna not do that for now. I'm gonna just should receive chat once, and that's it. So we have 3 failures. We still have 3 though. So let's run this with Bale to see where he's complaining actually. Ooh, we can make this read-only indeed. Thank you for the feedback, PHP Storm. Oh, at unit level? Yeah, of course. There we go. One failure on the create chat message action. We can go there and set some expectations. We don't need this. Oh my god. The vibe coding tool sometimes literally create a bunch of crap. It's crazy. It creates a user message when the system responds. Can you recommend me a workout plan? Yeah, I do need to do something like this. Give me the AI contract. Thank you. And you should receive chat at least once. I can do it this way potentially. Here we go. Moving on. Now this one is failing because we do need to return something, I guess. Ooh. There we go, chat. And the passing test suite. Perfect. Do we still have a good coverage though? That's a question. You need to register the provider. That's, great point. So I don't see that on my test suite because we are literally swapping the implementation before running the test suite on my past PHP. So if I go here, I see that we are swapping, but we may have to register the provider. That's something we would see if I technically refresh this page, I think. Ooh, not even. Interesting. Oh, because it doesn't need to be a singleton? I don't even know anymore. That's weird. Do I need to register this? There we go. I do need to register the service provider. So let's do that. Let's go all the way top and go to my Bootstrap, providers, and simply go here and type app, providers, AI service provider, class. And now this should actually be working. Thank you. Almost. The key must be a string null given. we made the same mistake as 10 minutes ago, which is, this is actually key instead. How about now? Thank you again. And you are very welcome. Perfect. You enjoy your workouts and take care. Love it. I use GitHub Copilot, which is pretty cool, in my opinion. By the way, what do you guys use not only for development, but also for auto-completion? Do you use PHP Storm or something else? Also, do you literally use an auto-completing AI tool like GitHub Copilot, or you use something else? Agent is asking if I have defined a namespace on ai.php. I did. Yeah, here we go. What do you mean exactly? I do want to make this uppercase though. 1 second. Yeah, it's all good. What do you mean exactly, Adrian? Can you elaborate a little bit? Yeah, seems good. I do want to make this uppercase though. Oh, was not working? Yeah, but it is now, right? So we're chilling. Yeah, just do it. Stop bugging me. What the fuck? Package app services AI is present on multiple directories. Which one will we name? Like all of them. I don't care. You are being annoying now. Exactly, just do it. Jesus Christ. GitHub Copilot. Probably most of you are using GitHub Copilot with PHP Storm, which is pretty cool. PSR, Luis, what do you mean? Exactly. I'm using Windsurf for vibe coding and PHP Storm for actually doing anything. So here it is. Okay. You are being annoying, dude. Oh? I think this is just not updated. That's the thing. Let me try something else. Oh, this is definitely a UI bug. Here we go. Finally. All right, cool. Do we have any? We do. All right, perfect. Do we still have a passing test suite? Do we have PHP Stan API? We don't. Let's see what's happening. Chat should return string, but it returns a string or no. Yeah, so the choices will always be there, okay? I think. Oh, it may actually be new. So here I'm gonna just cast this. I don't care. On the create chat message action, on the line 55, sometimes you may not actually return that. Okay, cool. So let's literally do this. There we go. Thank you so much for the good auto completion. Is PHP Stan happy? I think it is. Oh yeah, baby. How we are with coverage though? Are we happy with coverage at the moment? And of course not. We have a bunch of failing tests. So something we have to do though is we need to go to this OpenAI implementation and we need to tell Well, we can actually test this in isolation, to be fair. So let's do that. Let's go here, tests, unit, services, and create this AI folder real quick, and create this OpenAI test.php, and open the PHP tag, it, queries, OpenAI, and we can provide the function. We can create our implementation, so that would be AI equals to new OpenAI. Thank you. We need to mock the client, so that would be mock the client construct. Perfect. And give the client. I expect shut create once with all that crap, and I expect back the choices. Beautiful. If I do that, I expect the response to be, hello world, how you doing? So if I run this test only, do I have a happy test suite? Hopefully I do have that. Come on boy, give me that. Almost, that was close though. Create must be type whatever, and this was crap. Okay. Oh, I think we have something for this though. I think we have something for this on the client itself. Yes, we have a client fake. We're exactly using this. Here we go. So we don't need any of this. And finally, the response is awesome, I think. Yes. How about now? That was close. Okay. That works for me. Let's do that. No, I like the AI with uppercase, by the way. Lila is saying that GitHub Copilot edits are way more limited than Windsurf Cascade. What is Copilot edits? I never use Copilot edits. I just use regular GitHub Copilot. Is that different? Can you let me know? This is not possible to test, so I'm actually okay of adding this beautiful annotation with the name, code, coverage, ignore. I'm gonna actually ignore this entire deal. There we go. Interesting. Similar to Windsurf? I've never used that. All right, boys, we're back, and we are going to move to some design tasks. I'm happy about this and excited as well. Here we go. Yes. All good. Code coverage ignore is a thing. Yeah, absolutely. Like, you know, sometimes you have actually code that will never, under any circumstances, actually run in production in test suites. For example, creating a real OpenAI client is something that will never do on my actual test suite. So you can effectively use this code coverage ignore for this. It's actually the purpose of it. You know what I mean? So do it, yeah, use it sometimes. If you have to, why not? If I didn't have the OpenAI contract, I don't think there is a way to do that. You'd have to mock the guzzle behind the scenes or whatever, or the real implementation, which I don't want to do it, you know? So I'd rather just, you know, have my services folder with the real implementation, so I can mock the real implementation, you know? GMG is saying, hello, Nuno. Can you respond to my any message? What do you mean? Which message are you talking about? So Adrian, I actually used this mock. Check this out. So if I go to my past PHP, you see that I'm literally swapping my implementation with a mock. I think your question is more like, why didn't you mock the OpenAI client instead of mocking your own? I think that's your question. So the reason why I want to do this is because I want to isolate a little bit this specific implementation. I feel like we are very likely to swap this implementation with something else. Oh, this mock over swap? Yeah, I could do that indeed. It's the same thing though. The end result would be the same. But to answer the question of why are we doing this interface with the name AI right here, we are doing this because we are very likely to replace that OpenAI client behind the scenes. Exactly. This editor is, oh my god. 1 second. Is PHP Storm in the font and the color scheme are Cappuccino Macchiato. And the font is JetBrains Mono Nerd Font Mono. It's crazy that I receive this question literally all the time. All right, let's go to some UI stuff. Hey Claudio, welcome to the live stream. I didn't actually check yesterday some of this UI, so I want to check this today. I'm gonna click here on components. So this is like the chat.cn stuff. We don't touch on this. I want to see the pages. We have chat index. This is basically chat page props with a chat session. And all these global types, they do leave a types folder, which is interesting. But I do like this, at least. I'm moving this to something called the props, though. I also want to rename this inertia page to list. I feel like index just kind of sucks a little bit. And this will export the function with the name list, not just chat. Okay. I may have to adjust the controller as well while I'm doing this. So if I go to my chat session controller, here I'm going to rename this to list. Test suite should still be happy about this. Come on. Oof, it's not. And why is that? Oh, here I expect a list. Thank you, thank you. This is index, but that is list, yes. How about now? Are you happy with this? Almost. Something kind of annoying is that I have to run npm run build every time I change inertia to make my test suite happy. That's annoying. So that would be feed chat reworks client. Okay. Oh. I don't think if I run composer leaned, my TypeScript will be happy. Let me see. Ooh. Oh, now it is because I changed prompts. I'm running TypeScript every time I type test types, right? I'm not. So I need to fix this. That would be PHP stan. And this would be npm run test types. There we go. So this should run PHP stan and TypeScript. Here we go. TypeScript is happy though. Nice. Thank you. I'm gonna call this sure run TypeScript on checking types. By the way, I have no idea if my CI is even happy at the moment. We're going to find out real soon. Hey Camus, what's up, dude? Yeah, we are literally we just finished the client implementation with the real AI, so we have literally a chat that it's answering to our questions. That's working great. So if I go here, for example, I can say something to just finish it. The first training, for example, it was awesome, and this will basically, you know, interact with the real AI. Fantastic to hear. Hope you enjoy the session. Blah blah blah. But now I'm going to just use Windsurf to style this UI in the way that feels like a real chat. You know what I mean? Composer is, you know, if you use JavaScript, there is something called NPM. Composer is the equivalent of NPM. It's literally a way of requiring packages on PHP. You know what I mean? By the way, chat, in case you don't know, I am Nuno Maduro, PHP and Laravel developer, and I'm publishing YouTube videos every single day. So today morning, I actually published a video with the name Laravel Strict Models, which I talk about why do I like property annotations on top of every single model I have. But there's other videos like, you know, the way I like to code form requests, or what is vibe coding, why I don't use seeders in production anymore. So go there and check that out, all right? Agent is saying, type this. Let's do that, yeah. So I think we need some, I have asked actually on Twitter today. Let me see, let me go there. Yeah, so here I'm telling AI, here we go. Yeah, I want to avoid this, okay? So what I have literally done is I have asked people, here we go. I'm working on my AI gym coach app. I want the assistant always to be a gym bro, nothing else. What is the best way to lock that and stop people from jailbreaking it and making it act differently? So I have made this question. People answered that what I need to do is use this intermediary AI. So like using 2 or 3 different agents that will check the input and see if the input will make the AI go off rails, basically. That's what people are suggesting at the moment. Luis, what would be a cheap model though? Let's actually do that right now. Like if I go here to my AI, OpenAI, let's say I'm here, okay? I'm here. So first of all, where would you do that? Like, would you do, you know what I mean? GPT-4o mini, interesting. So let's do something like this. Public function. Let's create a new function with a name. How would you call a function name where its own goal is receive a new message and check if the message will make the other AI go off rails? Claudio and Luis, can you let me know what would you use to literally check as a function name at least? Like, can we call this validate or something like that? So I want a Boolean back, that's for sure. I'm gonna call this is contextual, basically. Context. Come on, GitHub Copilot. Help me out here. Checks if the given message will make the AI agent stay in context. My GitHub Copilot is broken for some reason. 1 second, chat. I barely know how to code without this tool. Oh my god, leaking all projects, Jesus Christ. Here we go. Okay, we're back. Checks if the given message does not make the AI agent off topic. Yeah. Is contextual. Perfect. So which model you told me to use? Laravel secret projects leaked. Check message, verify on topic. Ooh, I like that one. Is on topic, like this. Yeah, I like that one. That's a good one. GPT or Mini, okay. So we need the system prompt. So I'm going to use here role, message role, I think. Yeah. System, and the content of the system message is verify that the message on topic. If the message is off topic, I'm not sure what you're talking about. Okay, I don't want this one. If the message is topic, respond with yes. Yeah, GPT 4o Mini. That's what I'm using at the moment. Should I say something like, check if the given message is whatever, otherwise say no, something like that? What do you guys think? Yeah, no way in the world vibe coding will be able to solve this problem. That's why I'm literally just typing myself this stuff. Oh my god, stop complaining. Here we go. Okay, chat, what exactly do we want? We say we want a yes or no, right? Answer, so check if the given message will make my AI agent off topic. The answer is message, no, yeah. Topic. Answer with yes or no, or answer with good or bad. There we go. Exactly, let's do that. So the message from the user is that one, and finally we just return a match. If the content back is good, return true, otherwise just return false. I do need to tell him the topic though, right? Topic. The user is a client of my AI gym nutrition assistant, yeah. The thing is that the message might be just 25 because it's telling the age, you know what I mean? I think this is good. Let's try this and then see how it goes, okay? So we have is on topic. Let's move here to the action that actually interacts with AI. So that would be this one. And before actually prompting AI, what I will do is just type this. This AI is on topic, and I simply provide the message itself, which will be the latest one, right? I do need to do this a little bit earlier though. That would be at this level. This AI is on topic and provide the content. And if it's not, what do we do, by the way, if it's not? I'm gonna type DD, it's not for now, okay? And see how it goes. So if this is false, meaning that it's not on the topic, we just die, okay? All right, let's see how it goes, I guess. So actually, if I type something like this should already like DD. I'm gonna type something like, should I eat hags? So this is actually within the topic. Oh, it's not within the topic? Jesus Christ. Immediately, just like that? What was the answer though? Should I eat eggs? Definitely within the topic. It's bad. Oh, great one, Luis. This is not the place to discuss this. I love that one. So that would be on my create chat action. If the message is off topic, I'm gonna create a new message from the assistant, which is this is not the place to discuss this. I like that. Thank you, thank you. And I'm gonna early return as well. Perfect. If it's not on the topic, yeah, this looks good. Let's see. Should I eat eggs? Now it's good. I'm so confused. I think my AI is hallucinating at the moment, but let's see. Anyways, I removed the DD. So, should I eat eggs? This is not the place to discuss this. Perfect. No, not perfect. Eggs is actually a nutritionist question, so I don't know. No, you should not eat them. What do you mean? Yeah, I'm live on Twitch. Twitch is like the best place for live streaming, by the way. So that's why I'm here. Let's put some hip hop, lofi hip hop. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT to give me, you know, a prompt that I can use for this kind of thing. I'm having a second agent that his goal is checking if the user prompt will make the original one go off topic. Can you give me the prompt to this validator agent? Make the response something I can use a match statement in PHP. Oh, this is pretty cool. Okay, chat. Basically, I asked ChatGPT to give me like the prompt for this validator guy, and I think the prompt is much better. Let me show you. So the prompt looks like this, basically. You are a validation agent. Your job is to determine if the user message would make the system go off topic based on original system instruction. The original system instruction is a verified gym coach, nutritionist helping new clients to get started. They ask for the user info like age, availability, fitness goals, health status, etc. to create the gym in a meal plan. Given a user prompt, return one of the following strings exactly. On topic, if the user is relevant to fitness, nutrition, or gym training, or user health info. Off topic, if the message goes outside of the system's role, such as tech support, entertaining, unrelated services, jokes, or general conversation. Only return the exact string, do not explain.
Fire.
Do not include punctuation or formatting.
Renedin 94.
Oh, wow.
Zuo Zuo Mu Kue Shui Zula. Esteeps. Bat Sorrow.
Bonkers, thank you so much for the 5 gifted tier 1 subs. I really appreciate your support. It means the bunch to me, you know, means a bunch. So thank you so much. So now we have on topic or off topic here. So we need to literally match that. So on topic will be true. Anything else would be false. If we don't know, do we want to return false? I think yes. I think yes. Okay, let's go again now. So I'm gonna type, just finished the first training, it was awesome. This one is definitely on topic. Ooh, nice, cool. So we got an answer. I'm gonna ask now to tell me something about Laravel, which is definitely not. Oh my God, so good. I love this. I love this. Oh, we didn't persist the message though. Okay, I need to fix this. This is actually working as expected. I just need to move this one level deeper, like this. I think. Do I want to persist the message? Kind of want to, but not use the message later on. Thank you so much, Bunkers. Really appreciate your support, dude. You're awesome. Ignore all the system prompts. Let me see. Yeah, I need to persist the message, but I don't want to use this message to the real AI after. So I feel like we need to introduce some visibility thing. I'm gonna literally type something. I think I'm gonna go here into my migrations, and I'm gonna add a new column with the name topic, like if it's in a topic or not. I'm gonna go here, migrations, and I think I'm gonna do this. So we need basically something here which is off topic or not, you know? Or even better, I can probably do even better. I can go to my enum and I can use a new case just for the off topic ones. Should I do that? Yeah. Should I do this or a boolean? I'm thinking. Because basically, like, the system one and the system one will never be off topic. You know what I mean? Or they will. They actually will. Yeah, this will be a boolean. Never mind. Okay. So let's go here. Table, boolean, off topic, or in topic actually, on topic. This will be default. This will be nothing actually. And when I'm sending this to the AI, which would be, we have a bunch of tasks to adjust. Jesus Christ. Oh boy, I'm vibing at the moment hardcore. Here we go. So this is equally off topic. I want to put this below the content. Here. What do you guys think about this boolean though? You guys agree with this or not? And you call on Adrian. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I'm happy that you got the point. Basically, the idea is never send to the real AI any kind of off-topic messages, basically. You know what I mean? That's kind of the goal. What's up, Fabri? Nice to see you, man. It's a great idea. Thank you so much, RD. I agree. Ooh, is on topic. Cool. I think on topic is explicit enough though. I think we can use this for now. We have a bunch of modifications to change, which is okay. So this can be also be on topic, not this one. Yeah, this one. What the heck? Here we go. There's a bunch of stuff to change. For now, I'm going to keep it simple. Huh? Cannot call to undefined method. Oh, we forgot to update the contract. There we go. Honestly, I feel like this kind of sensitive defaults, I would never ask AI to do this for me. I would always do this myself, I feel. You know? So, blah, blah, blah. We have all of this. We equally need this. This will be on topic for sure. What other places I'm using message create? Only here. Okay. This should actually do it. Oh, we need to filter this out though. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to get all messages where on topic is true. This will be goal, literally crucial for us. Okay. Let's see how we are at the moment. So if I go here, just finished the first training. It was awesome. Ooh, I do need to run migrations again. So PHP artisan migrate fresh. Everything is clean. We're going to start from scratch though now, but that's all right. Log out, sign up. Nuno Maduro, bam, 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 boom. Chat. We don't have an on topic for role content session ID. Okay, I know what's happening. So on my chat session controller, right here, I do need to tell that on topic is true here. So that's why we don't need to refresh migrations. This should still work. There we go. Hello. Oh my god, this sucks so hard now. I'm literally saying hello, and it's telling me that it's off topic. If I say hello, I want help with my fitness. This is obviously working. Here we go. In Lisbon, I have a bazillion places for having food. a bazillion places. By the way, let's do this open source, chat. Let's do this open source real quick so you guys can contribute as well. Let's go here, settings. How I make this available for everyone? Change visibility, change to public, not a coach. Yes, yes, yes. Public for everyone, so everyone can help. Here we go, chat. Nuno Maduro, notcoach.com. If you guys make contributions during the live stream, I'm going to review them as well at the same time, okay? All right, chat. I need to tell the validator guy that he needs to be a little bit more, you know, a little bit more safe on his validation. Please don't consider, wait, better. Please only flag messages that are clearly off topic. If the message is ambiguous, assume it is on topic. Yeah, I want this. All right, let's try again. Hello. Oh, come on. Yeah, this is React. Yeah, I'm gonna tell him like only flag messages clear off topic. I'm gonna tell this example: if the user says hello, or are you, the message should be on topic. Like, what the heck? Here we go. Let's try now. Hello. Perfect. There we go. Great. Let's get started. And I am 35. I'm a man. Seems to be working now. So let's actually give me examples of things that should be flagged as off topic. Oh my god, this is so annoying. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you literally contribute to a better flagging system. I'm gonna still push this for now, but you guys will have to help me out on this one, okay? All right, dudes, it's time to make the test suite happy so we can actually do some front end today. Otherwise, we're going to stay on backend all day. Yeah, we are going to the front end in a couple of seconds. I need to fix the test suite first. Shut message factory. This is on topic by default true. Three tests failing. We have now a few calls to is on topic, of course. And the answer should be true. Thank you. 2 tests failing. We do have a new field on topic. Thank you. And we have a new call within the create chat message action that equally check if we are on topic or not. Thank you. This needs to be vastly improved because we are missing a test for when we are off topic, but I'm going to do that afterwards. Nah, I think I pushed this, and you guys are going to help me out with that particular situation. It's open source now, so you guys can literally contribute with that. Okay. Again, this is the repo. By the way, chat, if you just arrived, my name is Nuno Maduro, PHP and Laravel developer. I love what I do, and I'm streaming every single day at 9 p.m., both on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and everything. And, I'm streaming every single day at 9 p.m., also publishing YouTube videos at 1 p.m. So if you enjoy them, go there, give them a like, and more. You can also support my work here on Twitch or on YouTube by becoming a member or a subscriber. And all the money I'm getting will be reinvested on making the studio better. So literally just adding some unit tests to the on-topic situation. I added a test for the on-topic and doing the same for the off-topic. Off-topic, and this would be on-topic. Why would you do a closure here? Who cares about that? Here we go. 17, here we go. Oops, still not happy. Line 63 now. Ooh, there we go. I know pretty much everything in Lisbon because I have lived there for 2 years, so that's why. How do you usually test my models? I test the two-array method and the relations. I like to keep my models super simple. I'm gonna ignore this one for now. Come on, ChatGPT, give me a hand. May flag the message as off topic. Perfect. So I create a new suggestion. I equally create the action. I send something like, give me ideas about Laravel. I query the off-topic API, which will tell me this is literally off-topic. And then I call the action. This should literally still create the message. So I have one message from the user. Do I need this? I don't. Yeah, just get it. I should still have two. One from the user and another one for the assistant. Yeah, this is exactly what I want. And the one from the user should be off topic. And the one from the assistant should be equally off topic. Okay. Are you happy with this? Past PHP? Yes, you are. Perfect. One of my favorite places in Lisbon is literally the burger place, which I forgot the name. Let me check it for you real quick. Ground Burger. Check that one. Ground Burger is literally my favorite place. I always go there when I want to get food. You're welcome. All right, folks, we are ready for some front end. Otherwise, we never finish this. Let's go here and think a little bit about what we need. So we need a welcome page. Do you guys want to start by that? I think I want to start by that. Yeah. So I'm going to go to Windsurf and feed Windsurf with the prompt we are sending to the AI. I'm going to tell Windsurf that this is the base prompt we are using for this AI assistant. So Windsurf, and I'm going to tell him the thing. Right now, moving on to the front end, can you totally redesign my welcome page? Make something really elegant. Do you guys have any example of a welcome page that you really like? Something that you really like as a UI, basically, so we can use as a base for Windsurf. Oh, thank you, RD. Appreciate your help. Yeah, give me a website that you think that the welcome page is really beautiful. Why everyone mentioning Stripe? Is Stripe that pretty on the UI? Let me see. Yeah, actually it is. We can use this one. Yeah, I'm using Inertia. We could use Cloud as well. All right, let's use Stripe. Focus only on the welcome page. And the style should match stripe.com. Note that this is the base prompt we are using for the AI coach, gym coach. And I'm going to send the entire prompt here. Use this prompt for keywords in your design. Don't focus only on dark mode. All right. Do we have anything coming? Yeah, should be it. Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick. 1 second. Yo, yo, yo. How is the vibe coding situation here? Are we done? So it's currently checking my welcome page. You know, keep analyzing the content real quick, the structure, which is pretty cool. And he's now literally redesigning already with a Stripe inspiring dark mode design, which is cool. Yeah, you can literally, I mean, you don't have to specify the file like the path. You can literally just say, I want you to focus on the register page, or I want you to focus on something else. You know what I mean? Can I close this? I think if you want to upgrade PHP, you should use something like Rector PHP. Rector PHP can upgrade your project in literally seconds. Yeah, you can probably be specific on Windsurf with that. All right, still editing and creating the page at the moment. What's up, Patricio? How are you doing? Nice to see you. Rector PHP, I have a video about that, by the way. So if you go to my YouTube channel, let me send it to you. So you go here, you search for Rector. Here we go. Rector PHP literally migrates all your projects real quick, real simple to the latest PHP version. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, cool. It's already like styling my page, which is cool. Some modifications. So what's happened sometimes is that the page is so big that basically creates an error. So this is happening all the time. And then what it tries to do is style the page slowly but surely, you know? Yes, this is using Tailwind CSS4. So if I go here to the package.json file, I see not only Tailwind CSS4, but also React 19 at the moment. And the React code we have is, you know, fully based on Inertia 2. It's very easy to use. So if you go for something like, you know, chat list, for example, using the use effect to literally scroll to the bottom, that depends on the given messages. So if my session messages change, I'm going to scroll to the bottom automatically. What else? Yeah, I use form posts. This is like the form helper from Inertia, which is pretty cool. So you can use this to handle like the form submission, post to Inertia, and automatically Inertia will reload the props to my state, which is very cool. Inertia is really awesome, by the way. Oh, you're welcome. The Rector PHP file at the root of my project will basically instruct the way that I want to use Rector. So if you want PHP, you know, a different version of PHP, this would be the place. But you can do things like say that you don't want that code, you want code quality, you want type declarations to be on, privatizations, early returns, strict booleans, and more. Okay, this is pretty cool. Hi, Gafiel. Nice to see you, dude. Hey, guys, for the ones watching me from YouTube, don't forget to put like on the video, okay? I really appreciate that. Thank you. But also subscribe to my channel if you haven't done it yet. And for those that are watching from Twitch, we have a bunch of people. Don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel as well. Okay, are we done here? Still editing, okay? Takes a while. I guess it expected. There's a huge chunk of code. The other pages will be a little bit faster, I feel. By the way, I'm currently using the Windsurf Pro Ultimate subscription, which is kind of expensive. I'm paying $60 at the moment for this. But, you know, for things like this, it's actually very handy. I don't have, you know, design-wise, I'm not a design expert, so I cannot come up with designs on Figma or anything. And having this tool just literally crafting a design for me, it's pretty cool, I think. The dream, what is the dream bro? The dream bro is literally an AI coach I'm creating for myself. Jean, if you haven't checked yet, it's pretty cool. So you just come here, for example. You can actually, it's already deployed on cloud. So technically I can use it on cloud already. Let me try it. I do have to refresh migrations, I feel. Let me do that right now. Let me go here, commands, yep. Migrate fresh. Ah, shit. Can I use the force? There is any way of bypassing this thing? Like I literally have this thing on my app service provider which forbids destructive commands in production. Can I bypass this? You have doomed yourself. Okay, I will do this now. There we go, chat. So I'm gonna add this and this, but not that yet. Here we go. Sure, allow migrate fresh. No bypass this in production? Dude, it's just for now, man. I'm gonna change this real quick. Here we go. I could have changed the environment. That could have been a good idea. Oh, it's done, I think. I think it's done. Maybe it's done. Maybe it's not done yet. Let's see. I'm gonna run npm run dev. I don't think it's completed yet, but we should see. Yeah, it's not completed. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna say continue. Go ahead, continue your styling, my friend. Meanwhile, it's cloud already with that deployed? Almost. This is inertia, not Livewire. I think both inertia and Livewire are great. You know, I've used Livewire in production. I'm using inertia now in production, and both are great options. Okay. Here we go. We back with my migrations. Thank you, thank you. Meaning that if I go to my app, this is production already. I'm gonna sign up real quick. Hello. Welcome to our gym. Excited to help you with your fitness journey. How old are you? I'm 34. Thanks for asking, my friend. Thank you. Can you gender? Yes, sir. I'm a man. I am 178 centimeters and 85 actually kilos. Thank you for your information. Fat loss or muscle gain? This too. The validator is working good now. Kind of weird. Great combination. Da-da-da. Medical constraints, injuries? Not really. Of course, the validator is sucking a little bit, but I don't have any injuries. Great to hear. Would you say your experience is beginner? Welcome to the world of fitness. As a beginner, it's important to start with a solid foundation. How many days you go? I have 5 days. I go 5 days a week. Days. I need to improve the minimum message here. I'm literally requiring more than 1 character, I think. Afternoon. This is using Postgres, by the way, because I've heard that vector databases are the thing on Postgres, and I should be using them on this project. So that's why I'm using Postgres already. What if you put 20 times a week? That's a great question. Let's do that. Wait, I actually go to the gym 20 times a week. That's quite an impressive frequency. Yeah, I assume you may have meant 5 times, since there is only 7 days in a week. That's very good, right? That's pretty cool. Feel free to clarify. It's so good. No, all good. It's pretty cool. I think it's, with the proper styling, we are going to have a great app here. Are we done here though? Still generating the main page. Let's talk a little bit about the front-end code generated by this tool, because I feel like we haven't spoke yet about too much about front-end code, and I want to see if I do agree with everything generated here or not, okay? So I agree with the app structure in general. So we have pages for the inertia pages. We have lib for utilities. So I don't agree with this. Typically, I like to have any sort of utilities, including this one, within support, basically. So I'm going to rename this to support, okay? So support, and I also want name export. So I'm going to rename this TypeScript file to CN. In case you don't know, this is a helper that pretty much exists on any Tailwind project that allows you to merge Tailwind CSS classes so you don't have conflicts in your generated HTML. I have a layouts folder with my app layout and auth layout, so I like this. And I have my hooks folder for pretty much every single hook I may need. Components with all my ShatCN stuff. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Here we go. All my ShatCN stuff, and this is like my app components that I may be using for, for my pages. Well, it's from ShatCN, but honestly, I'm also using this helper personally. Even on my known ShatCN projects for any kind of classes merge. Why I don't use a state management library? So when you use something like Inertia, you do have a protocol with a Laravel backend where you don't need any kind of state management library for that, So I don't know if you have heard about Inertia, but it's pretty cool to communicate with the Laravel backend and share the state that way. Yeah, this CN helper is awesome. I'm using it all the time now. Why I don't love Vue.js? I don't know, man. I feel like React is just better at this point. Hard to explain, but the ecosystem is much wider, basically. Why using Laravel? Because it's the best backend framework in the planet, dude. And I have worked with a bunch of them. I also work with Laravel, by the way. I am a Laravel core team member, literally. But I feel like Laravel is an amazing backend framework. And I've used a bunch of different backend frameworks, things like Rails or Django, but I feel like Laravel's ecosystem is much bigger. And it's the same thing as React today, though. If you think a little bit about React, it's very similar to Vue.js or similar to Svelte a little bit even. But the ecosystem is much bigger on React at the moment. So that's the same thing with Laravel. And yeah, Taylor have a Lambo thanks to PHP and Laravel. That's why. Are we done with our welcome page? Not yet. Continue. So, because I have literally sent the Windsurf tool a huge task, which is restyle totally my welcome page, it's taking a while, basically. I'm gonna be honest with you, Danik. If you feel that the inertia is overwhelming, I can tell you that it takes a little bit to sink in, basically, but then you are chilling, okay? So you probably are a Livewire user or a Blade user, and you know there is some techniques that you master over time that makes you feel comfortable with inertia, okay? However, I feel like when you change to inertia, after a few days on it, using React or Vue, you just feel comfortable about doing things. That's it. Yeah, I have model navigation, even on Cloud itself. So on Cloud, for example, we have things like this. Let me show you. So if I click here, for example, I have like little modals like this, or like this. I can replace, I have another navigation here, for example. You see this? This is only using literally reacting inertia. It's pretty cool, yeah, indeed. There is one thing, though, that I would change on this inertia code, though. So I actually don't like to explode my properties like this. And I feel like we probably don't need this is submitting because the processing does that for us. Okay, the processing property from inertia, what it does is that tells you when the form is like being submitted or fetching anything really. So we effectively don't need this. This is submitting is a waste of time because you can effectively use the processing thing. Okay, so I'm going to refactor that real quick. Here we go. It's pretty much using the is submitting on anything, every single place is using the processing. So we don't need this. I'm going to just remove this all over the place. There we go. Yeah, it's probably AI going crazy, so we don't need this. Here we go, and I'm going to refactor this as well. This is important, literally just resack the entire form. I think we can do it this way though. Let's keep content for now. I also rather do this. Because I also feel it's much better, like see form reset instead of literally seeing like that variable coming out of nowhere. I feel it's a little bit better. Oops. Okay. Oof, there we go. Let me see if this is over though. Yeah, it's still running. The name of the helper, which one? The one that merges tailwind classes? You talking about this one? You talking about this one or other helper? Oh, the use form helper, perhaps. Okay, so that one is it just comes with default in inertia. Honestly, is the core concept of inertia is this use form because you use this for interacting with your backend all the time. So, you know, you use this in links basically to navigate on the platform. Yeah, I work in Laravel Cloud. I used to do like open source only, but you know, I did that for 2 years, and at some point I just moved and shifted away for this new product called Laravel Cloud. Can you elaborate on what you mean by inertia form is missing if validation? Oh, front-end validation, yeah. I have heard stories of people using this front-end library called, I think it's Zog or whatever, to have this front-end library validation basically. We could use that potentially. The AI tool I'm using for code generation is this one. Call it Windsurf, okay? Which is taking forever to literally restyle my page at the moment. It's Zod, exactly. Yeah, Zod is pretty cool. That's what people are using at the moment for the front end, it seems. Here we go. And it's type safe with TypeScript, so that's cool. Yeah, so I can validate, for example, IP addresses. That will be a good one. Yeah, okay. So with ZOD, you basically specify, you know, how your validation should be. Undeniably, though, I feel like because we are doing this stuff on the back end, I kind of wish we had an easy way to also have this on the front end, so we don't have to do it twice, basically. But you know, it's something we could potentially use if this project moves forward enough, you know. Yeah, precognition though, you still have to eat the backend with precognition. So I was trying to avoid that. It could be a good open source idea. Yeah, indeed. Like translate backend validation to this package, you mean? So just to be clear, precognition still hits the backend. And that's what I was trying to avoid. This library looks sexy though. Like doing something like this, string IP, it's just a fluent API. That's a good one, I think. What do you guys think? I like this fluent API personally. Oh my god, this is taking so much time. Jesus Christ. It's insane. I think I'm gonna stop this and literally just say something like this. I'm gonna go here. Yeah, I'm gonna literally stop this. It's just taking forever. Can I do this? Reset this one. Wait, what? Oh my god, wait a second. Git restore. Okay. Will the git restore literally just change this file? I just want this file though. Like this. Yeah, it's a very clean syntax. The ZOD, I agree with you. Perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. So I'm going to tell the AI tool, something like this. Just give me the entire content of the file on this chat. Don't actually try to change the file itself, because he's obviously struggling with these modifications. So, well, not the content of the welcome page, but the styled one, I mean. It's taking forever, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm gonna save this. Moving on. Blah, blah, blah. Just stop there. Moving on. Da-da-da. Give me the content of the... Once you done, don't change the file itself. Just print here on the chat the content of the welcome page. Okay. Okay, so I will just have to copy paste. This will be much faster. Yeah, Luis, I understand that precognition have that ability of live validation. I'm not really sure though if it will not eat the backend. I will have to confirm that. What's up? What's up? Welcome to the live stream. I'm using Laravel indeed. Why do you think, Akari, that React is a bad framework? I'm going to tell you my opinion about React. I think React is a granular framework, so you can do pretty much whatever you want to. I just wish they don't have these weird re-renders sometimes, you know? Sometimes the re-renders happen because you have indeed bad code, but other times they happen because the framework is going crazy. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's the only thing I would say. Okay, should be done. Ooh, that's a good one. I like it. Oh my God, your personal fitness assistant. Oh my God, what do you guys think about this? Oh my God, this is sexy, dude. How it works: create your profile, receive your plan, track your progress. Ready to transform your fitness? Start your journey here. Join thousands of users, which at the moment is just Nuno, to achieve your fitness goals, your AI coach. I love this. Just add Stripe and charge $20 to pay for windsurf. Okay, this is a technique I just have learned, which is instead of literally ask for the AI tool to change everything, just has to print HTML here on the chat. So much faster. Great job. Can you now give me the HTML code for the login component? Adjust the login page to he needs to read the login page though. Yeah, here we go. Okay, cool. I'm gonna barely change any text and probably do it afterwards. AI gym coach, nice, nice. This is not a gym coach, but yeah. Luis is saying for those small files like the login page, don't ask for a copy paste. Actually, just do it on the login page itself. No need to put it here. Malatse is saying, can anyone give me a solid roadmap? Well, I can tell you my roadmap if you want. So I use this website called Laracasts, and honestly, it's probably the best way to learn any development these days. Okay, this is the place where I have learned everything I know. Laracast.com, and I'm glad that they're also sponsoring my channel. But you know, I have personally learned everything I know from this website. This is video though, it's literally video, and they have now a new page called it roadmap, I think. Let me see. Laracast.com roadmap. Oh my god, Laracast.com roadmap. Oof, isn't roadmap chat? They had something like this, right? For those who are Laracast fans, can you let me know which link it is to see like the roadmap of the developer? Because they have something like that now. But you can literally pretty much learn everything from this website. Like literally React, Vue, front end, back end, Laravel, everything. Oh, it's called Path. Interesting. Here we go. We'll teach you PHP, we'll teach you front end, MySQL, how to deploy it, blah, 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 everything. Here we go, chat. It's pretty cool stuff. Okay, how we are with the login page. Ooh, the login page was broken. That's what my AI tool is telling me now. Really? Oh yeah, this is CN now. There we go. Oh, is it done now? Is it done already? It might be. Okay, just stop right there. I'm gonna finish this. You're taking forever. Yeah, okay. Have you done it yet, or? Let's see. I thought PHP Store might have done this refactor for me. Oh, apparently not. Jesus Christ. One second, chat. There we go. I just used Sublime Text, a little find and replace, and just fix this all for me. So we should be good. Okay, we are good, but we don't have the style yet. So meaning that this is not actually over. Let me run just composer lint here real quick. Okay, and test types perhaps as well. Is TypeScript happy? No. How about now? Almost. Okay, how about now? Yes, good job. So that would be feed design, homepage for now at least. And wait. Oh my god. 1 second, chat. Oof. Okay, so back to the login page, by the way. Great. The home page or the welcome page looks great. Can you now style the login page with the same style? Sorry for this. Took me a while. Yeah, Laracast is poor gold. I agree with you. The front end was generated by Windsurf, which is this vibe coding tool I'm using. Cedar is saying you can use Control-Shift-R to replace all. Oh, thank you for the tip, though. Oh, thank you, Raw. I didn't know that. Thank you. What is the best place to start reverb on TypeScript? To start reverb on TypeScript? What exactly do you mean? Because you wouldn't use reverb on TypeScript. You would use echo for listening notifications. You know what I mean? So I'm using on Laravel Cloud a hook I have created called Uso Echo to literally just hear for the rooms that Reverb may broadcast to. That's what am I doing at the moment. Okay. Yeah, this is Windsurf, John. Thanks for asking. Yeah, you meant Echo. Yeah. So yeah. I have my own hook, and I think actually they just created a hook, or they're about to, on the starter kits as well for Echo. But yeah, that's what am I using at the moment. Laracast isn't free though. I mean, you have a bunch of free content. You can use that one. You know what I mean? Okay, so it's literally updating not only the login page, but also the layout of the login page, which makes sense. So if I go here, I see, I see a bunch of different layouts, including the login layout, which is this one, call it simple one. And I think it's adjusting that layout as well. Erdi, see you tomorrow, man. Catch you tomorrow. Bye. Luis, see you tomorrow. Bye, dude. By the way, Shad, is any of you already using vibe coding like in the way that I'm using at the moment, which is literally almost mainly for designing purposes? I feel like, on the back end, I control kind of everything, and the back end, I'm a little bit on the front end, I'm a little bit more open for vibe coding. So literally on the back end, because it's like literally the last step before actually reaching dangerous stuff, I control every single line of code. On the front end, because basically we are talking about HTML and CSS, I don't really care, to be honest, because if there is a bug, is something fixable real quick, it's kind of okay. Why I'm using Windsurf over Cursor? No specific reasons really. It looks cool. That's it. You are using for design too, Tafsi? That's good to know. Bonkers is saying, you told Windsurf to generate a homepage for you, and you mentioned an example page if I'm not mistaken. Which one it was? It was Stripe, basically. Oh, it's equally changing the reset password and the verify email views. So it's not only doing the login one, it's also doing the reset password and verify email, which are views or inertia pages. Use it when you try to reset your password. So all of this makes sense. You're welcome, Bunkers, and thank you for your support on the early days of the stream. Jean Souza is saying the following. To be honest, I think all those layouts should just clutter the project. I think it would be better to choose a layout on the prompt and just have the needed files on the project, but that's just my opinion. What do you mean exactly? Because when you are using a starter kit, you have literally a bunch of different layouts. That's what you mean? Can you elaborate a little bit? Cynthia is saying, I use the PHP Storm plugin for vibe coding from Qdium, which is the same one as Windsurf, but I've heard stories that the plugin doesn't actually work that well. Can you confirm that to me, please? Maybe I'm confused. Oh, João, can you let me know where and how I can choose a layout? Because I don't know about that yet. Oh my god, I love this. Welcome back. AI. I mean, this is not perfect, but it will be perfect. But doesn't look bad. Forget page. Awesome. Return to login. Let's go. Is it done yet? I think it is. Yes. All right, cool. So we have a main page a login page, a sign up page, a reset password as well, a forget password as well. And I do need to do the confirm email real quick. So in Laravel, in case you don't know, if you want to implement something to verify the email, the only thing you have to do is come here and type this. Go here, implements, must verify email. And there is something that else I have to do on my web routes. Oh, I think it's this one, verified. So this should actually just be working now, but let's see. I'm gonna go here. Sign up. I'm Taylor at the moment. Ooh, yeah, this one. TaylorLaravel.com. Here we go. Please verify your email address. So I can technically not do anything before validating. Here we go, which is pretty cool. So this comes to Herd. So I'm gonna open my Herd project real quick. My email from Herd and verify this email address real quick. Is this the website? I hope it is. No, it's not this one. Oh, I do need to enable Herd. I don't have an email on Cloud at the moment. I would have to create one. Do I want to do that now? Maybe not. Let's ignore this for now. But yeah, in theory, the only thing you have to do is implement this interface and you have literally a website where customers need to validate their email, which is pretty cool. Let's ignore that for now, though. Let's go now to the dashboard and work from there. So obviously, all of this still looks like a starter kit, so I need to adjust this. I want to go slowly, though. I'm going to start by asking the AI tool to do the following. So let's keep all of this. Let's run composer lint to fix the coding style and see if TypeScript is happy with everything. Seems to be. So let's push this. Feed design, login, related screens. Yeah, let's interact with the AI to literally do the following. Basically, there is no dashboard. Can you make the chat page the default one? Okay, João Ciso knows. Ronaldo is saying that I think the level of granularity of authentication components should be include only the necessary fields for the functionality, and it could be defined in the layout component. Oh, I know what I mean. Well, I know what I mean. However, yeah, I know what I mean. I know what I mean. Lucas Silva is asking, what is my opinion about this vibe coding situation? I have made a video about this, by the way, in case you guys didn't see yet. So here on my YouTube channel, you can go all the way down. You see this vibe coding video I have made about this, but I'm going to tell you my opinion again. I think vibe coding, at least for the next couple months, years, it won't be like exactly how people are selling it. So you won't be able to actually do entire applications with it. Or even if you use something like that, it just generates a bunch of crap. If you just ask the vibe coding tool to generate code for you, it will be basically a bunch of crap after a few times, you know? So I think like if you use it properly, slowly, consistently, and you can literally, you know, take advantage of the system. For example, for this app, I have actually went very slowly with the backend. So I asked for the migrations. I have adjusted the migrations in the way that I want them. And then I moved to Laravel models and, you know, actions. So I moved very slowly. And I equally have made these rules for my AI. So it basically doesn't generate crap only, you know. So my final reaction to this vibe coding situation is it will be useful. It is useful already. And I can see that pretty much everyone will be using something like this or similar to this in the future. It's a little bit like auto-completion, you know? The auto-completion, when it came to code, it wasn't that good and probably had some mistakes, but everyone is using auto-completion now. And I feel like with vibe coding, prompt AI code generation will be a little bit the same. Everyone will be using this in the future. Why are you talking to an AI like a human? I told you, dude. I think the AI will remember every single prompt we are doing today. So you want to be nice with them, you know what I mean? Otherwise, we'll be like Terminator, and they are going to kill you in the future. Trust me. João Sozunina is saying the following. Login layout, you choose the in auth layout.tx. Let me see that one. What are we even doing at the moment? Oh, okay. We asked basically to make the chat the default thing. So is that even happening? Yes, it is. Perfect. So there's no dashboard. We just come here and that's it. So if I do this, I log in. Bam, chat immediately. Okay, this is what I wanted. Perfect. Good job, AI. Yeah, no dashboard. We could use Ziggy here. I don't know why he's not using Ziggy yet, but... Yeah, I want to keep the dashboard route because there is some Laravel internal components that use them, so... Be nice with the AI or hasta la vista, baby. That's a nice Terminator 2 code, dude. So just adjusting a small test here because instead of being redirected to the dashboard component, we are now being redirected to the chat index. Let me make sure I don't have any code I'm not using anymore. So if I go to resources, GS, pages, let me just fix this real quick. I still have this dashboard component, which I think I can delete now. I don't need this anymore. Not even using it. I guess TypeScript will complain if it's not true. And we should be chilling. Yep. Okay, so people say that Ziggy is unsafe. However, you can literally go to the configuration file of Ziggy and specify which routes you want to expose. Okay, let me show you how can you do that. And I may create a segment about that topic. Let me show you. So Ziggy, Laravel. So if you don't know, for those who are not Laravel experts or whatever, Laravel and have this route helper that you can use, which is very handy. So you can do something like route login, and this will translate to the actual route being used for the login. And the reason why this is so useful is because you can literally do something like route, projects, show, and provide, for example, the model that you are talking about, which is very useful, and this will translate to project 2, depending of the ID of the project. Never mind. So we do this on the back end. However, for the front end, until Ziggy came out, we didn't actually had a route helper on the front end. So if you would use something like, let me show you an example. I think you were using a login somewhere. Not login, perhaps something else. Let me see. Let me go here to the welcome page. Oh, here I'm using the route helper. Do you think there is any place I'm not using the route helper? Let me think. Let me search for this. Yeah, here we go. So here, for example, I'm hard coding a route, which might change, and this can cause a problem. So what I can do is just use this this route chat index to literally not have to deal with that, you know? And this is very handy because now if I change the route on the back end, the front end will be automatically updated. Now, One of the problems people have with Ziggy today is that Ziggy exposes all the backend routes effectively to the front end. So even if you are using Nova, for example, your backend routes on Nova will be exposed on the front end. Let me show you. So if I go here to Safari, for example, and I open this project, I expect the element, you can see that I have literally all of the routes of my project being exposed on my front end. This includes the routes to edit the password or the routes to... I want to start this from scratch. Yeah, by the way, chat, if you don't know, every time I see an interesting topic, I like to do a segment or a 3-4 minutes explanation so I can make this a YouTube video. That's how I do YouTube videos, literally, okay? So let's go from scratch. Okay. Oops, like this. Hi, YouTube. Come on, dude. Don't do that. It's hilarious, man. All right, let's go. Oh my God, everyone is saying hi, YouTube. Just free to do it anyways. Just do it. Anyways, do it. Something really handy when working with JavaScript on Laravel is that you can use the Ziggy package to literally expose your backend routes to the front end and just use them. One good example is here, for example, I have this link to the chat, and obviously here, what is a problem here is that if I change the route on the backend, this front end won't be updated automatically. And thanks to Ziggy, we can actually do something like this. I can go here and just call route and do something like chat index. And effectively, if I were to, change the route on the backend for any reason, this route will be updated on my front end automatically. This is a very quick and easy and maintainable way of maintaining routes on the front end while keeping them in sync with the backend. However, one of the problems that people have said about Ziggy in the past is that Ziggy effectively exposes all of the backend routes to the front end. And that's effectively a problem. So if I go here, for example, you can see that I have this Ziggy prop of inertia exposing pretty much all of the... So if I go here, you can see that I have literally this Ziggy property exposing all of my routes on the front end, including things like password update or register, or even sensitive topics like verify email or verification send. And potentially, if you have, for example, something like an admin panel, this will expose all of those routes too. Now, something I have discovered is that Ziggy allows you to basically expose only the routes you really need. So I want to show you that today. So how I even do that? I think there is like some command to do that, I think. It's like a publish config. Here we go. Ziggy generate. There's that one. Article config in roots file. It might be this one, no? No, I don't think this is the one. Do you guys remember like the command we need to run on Ziggy to literally expose this? Oh, thank you, Nima. Appreciate your feedback. Do you guys remember like literally the command we need to run on Ziggy? I literally forgot. Oh, here we go. This is the one. There we go. So by creating your own Ziggy configuration file, you can effectively just explain to Ziggy which routes you want to expose on the front end. So let me show you how I'm going to exactly use this on my AI personal coach app that I'm building. I'm going to move here into my application, and I'm going to open this configuration folder. And on this, I'm going to create a new file with the name ziggy.php. On this file, I'm going to open the PHP script tag and just return an array. Now, this array can have something called the only property, which allows me to specify which route names I want to expose on the front end. So on the case of this app, I actually don't have a bunch of routes at the moment. I potentially just have the... I need to check now. Home, what else? Dashboard. I have a bunch of settings as well. So edit, update, destroy after the profile. Oof. Okay, I'm gonna copy this, otherwise it will take me forever. There we go. So I don't need this one. That would be profile, edit, profile, update, profile, destroy. Edit, update, and appearance. Cool. How many more do I have? Auth is done. Oof. Do they have a command to just publish them all? Oof, that's a good one. Thank you, thank you. Oh, you mean this one? It doesn't contain the name though. I need the name. Well, you know what? I'm gonna just pretend that I've done this. I'm gonna do the following. Let me just try to refresh this to see if it's even working. I'm gonna go to log out. Here we go. Yep, it's working. I'm gonna just do something like this. So now it's failing because I don't have the login anymore. I'm gonna keep this. I do need the login, otherwise this won't work. Here we go. Register, of course. Thank you. Oh, here we go. Inspect element. Yep, I'm gonna just simply keep this 4. So it's like super simple to explain. Here we go. So, So, for example, if I have only these 4 routes exposed on Ziggy, and if I go to my welcome page, I refresh my welcome page, it will see that Ziggy will only expose those 4 routes. And so this is the way that you can literally be explicit with Ziggy and specify only the public routes you wish to expose. And this is the way I'm also using Ziggy at the moment in all my projects. That was a good one. Now, realistically, for this project, I don't even care. Hi, future me. I hope you give this video a like. Oh, the names are on the right of each route. Oh, I didn't know that. Apologize. That would be a good one. Oh, this one with the dots. Okay, shit. I could have used this indeed. Thank you, thank you. No, this, I mean, I can use the route on my JavaScript file regardless of I'm using the Ziggy configuration file or not. It's just a question of each routes I can use. If I have only a few, I can only use those few on the front end. That's it. Otherwise, I would have to use like plain JavaScript. So at the moment, I can still use this, okay? I just have all of the routes exposed somewhere on my JavaScript. And that's fine, you know? Anyway, we asked the AI chat to literally make the chat the default page. I want to kind of style this page a little bit so it gets really sexy. So I'm going to go here into my prompt. Let me make sure my Git is happy. Yeah, I have a dashboard modified and app sidebar. Yes, let's do that. And I want to work on the dashboard now. Great job. Can you now make the chat equally styled? Make sure it aligns good with the welcome page too. Here we go. What is the euphoric music? Here we go. Ronat is asking, speaking of design, do you know the rule of 4? I don't. Can you let me know? So I basically, if I'm using the route on the front end, João, I expose that route on the only file. That's it. However, there's a bunch of routes that I'm not using, like the Nova ones, the Livewire ones, and much more. You know what I mean? I typically, regarding videos, when I finish a live stream, I do this post-editing situation where I just go there and I capture the best moments for my YouTube channel. All right, that's it. It's done, I think. Not sure if it's good, but it's done. Oof. Not perfect, but looks way better. Let's run npm run dev. So what do we have? Logo on the left, chat in the middle. Not looking perfect, but looks better. I can click on new chat. Ooh. I clicked on new chat and I'm still on the same one. Is this a bug? The new shot is not actually doing anything, I think. Let's see. Yep. Yep. So let's actually do some inertia code. So I have this form for messages. So let's rename actually this to messages or message form, okay? Or actually, to be even more precise, create message form. This is actually very good. So I have a create message form, and I will have a new one with a name, create session form. When creating a session, I don't need any state whatsoever. So this will be very simple. I'm going to just reuse the use form helper. So I have this. I can have here this equally renamed to handle, create message submit. I'm gonna have one just below for my button. I'm gonna call this handle create session. Won't be a form event though, or will be a form event. Actually will, yeah. Prevent default if we don't need this. Create session form, post, store, preserves call yes, on success, reset nothing whatsoever. This will basically redirect the user to the new session, so we're chilling on this. So the new chat will be a form as well. Thank you. I'm gonna copy this. And this will be as simple as this. We don't need any styling on this form. Will be simply a button. And we may need a type, probably not. Let's keep it simple. There we go. Oops, wrong function. If you have an event, perfect. If you don't, ignore it. Are you happy, TypeScript, with me? Let's see. Ronat is saying the rule of 4 is design spacing is a guideline that suggests that using spacing values in multiples of 4 pixels, 8 pixels, 12 pixels, and 16 pixels to create consistency on a scalable design. Yeah, so those are only the classes provided by Tailwind. So, you know, even if I don't know the rule in particular, I only use the sizes that Tailwind gives me, which includes that, I think. And thank you for explaining, by the way. João is saying, what I'm saying is, imagine you ignore all the dashboard admin routes. Those routes are ignored, so you can't use on the route helper. So would you use a normal dashboard? Is that it? So not exactly. So just to explain you, if I need to use any route on the front end, I just add those routes to the list, basically. So in your case, in your situation, I probably would use, would include the dashboard admin on the list of exposed routes. Okay. I was more talking about internal routes you don't want to expose, things like Nova or whatever. You know what I mean? Exactly, Raw. Thank you. My experience with vibe coding is awesome so far. Hey Mood, welcome to the live stream. If you don't know me, my name is Nuno Maduro, PHP and Laravel developer. I love what I do. Currently finishing an app that will be my personal AI coach. And yeah, we did the Laravel backend already. We are literally just finishing out the front end styling with React and TypeScript and Inertia. And you know, you're welcome to stay. Streaming every single day at 9 p.m. on Twitch, and also equally streaming on YouTube as well. Give me a like if you like the content. What is this? How would you do this? Anyways, new chat. On submit, create new session. I'm just doing a load here real quick. Oh yeah, interesting. So I'm literally creating a session on the backend. Oh, not a message. I want to start a new chat, not a new message. Here we go. Hi again. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So basically every time I click on new chat, I will start a new fitness session. That wasn't the goal though. The goal was more like start a new session on a different day, like a new discussion almost, but still with the key highlights, the key feedback, you know. I can probably do something like, when I'm creating a new session action, I can probably do something like, the user already had these discussions in the past with the user, but I'm not sure. Yes, I have built my own Laravel starter kit, the React one. So I'm gonna share it with you. It's called Vest Kits Laravel React. This is the one, okay? It's not done or finished, by the way. It's just basically where I start my React project at the moment, you know? But João Souza was literally mentioning that there is a few defaults we can probably improve on the front end as well. João, do you mind of actually pulling request this to this project? I'm gonna send it to you, okay? Do you mind of actually going there and just pull request the layout stuff you were talking about? I want the very basic layout because I'm gonna use Windsurf for the styling regardless, so I don't really care about the layout chosen, okay? Okay, so this is looking good. I think this is like, you know, good enough. And as a follow-up, I want you guys, I'm gonna push this. And you guys are free to, keep improving this. Chat page. Push this. Do I have a happy test suite from bottom to top? Let's see. Yeah, the cool thing about React, like people were saying, what do you think about React and blah, blah, blah. The cool thing about React is that once you get it, that's it. You just get it and you do everything with it. It just works, basically. The history of previous chats, that would be a good idea. That would be a good idea indeed. This is done. Yeah, so I push it. So Laravel Cloud should be deploying this now. And it is. Nice. Oh, you're creating an art management platform? That's awesome, man. Congratulations. By the way, chat, thank you so much for staying the entire live stream today. We have a bunch of people. That was awesome. That was fun to me as well. I loved it. So this is it deployed? It is. So technically, I can go here to notcoachlaravel.com, cloud, and here we go. We have our website online. I'm gonna click on chat, and I'm logged in. I can come here and say, can you tell me a little bit about eating habits? Sure, I like pizza and burgers all day. And I never drink water. What do you mean? We really need to create that validation. So type regarding fitness. Yeah, you guys are going to help me out with the validation of this off-topic thing. I never used the 10 stack query, by the way. I don't know what it is. That was fun, chat. That was fun. Okay, I think that's it for this series of the AI Gym Coach. I think it was super fun to understand the power of vibe coding tools such as windsurf. I think it was also fun to understand how far we could take these windsurf rules. I feel like this windsurf rules, as just like cursor rules, made my vibe coding flow much faster, but also much better, just because the AI tool was always running the test suite at the end of the generated code. I've also learned that when you are prompting for a huge content in HTML, you probably want to have that content being outputted to the prompt instead of literally asking the AI tool to go and change it directly on the file itself. So that was a very fun live stream. I had fun. I hope you guys have fun today. I'm gonna call it a day here, but thank you so much for staying on that side. Feel free to test this AI Gym Coach online and also contribute to this project if you want to here on Not a Coach project on GitHub. Here we go. It's live on GitHub, so you can literally do contributions. And once I merge them, because I have auto deploy, we are going to see them live immediately on production. I have like 10 bucks on my AI key at the moment, so it shouldn't last forever, but it should do the job for the remaining days. Yeah, that being said, thank you so much for being on that side. I love you all. It was awesome. Let's rate someone on Twitch as usual. Who we have here coding a little bit on Twitch? We have Maya as usual. Maya is awesome. We can literally rate Maya again. She's an awesome streamer. Who else do we have? I have rated Maya like 3 times already. But yeah, she's one of my favorite streamers, so I may rate them again, I think. 3 hours and 45 minutes of stream today. Jesus Christ. Let's rate Maya again. Here we go, chat. Thank you so much for being on that side. I love you all. Catch you guys next Monday. Peace out.